Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo. Today we are going to be doing a build for the teleporter room. So right now I am getting up the foundations ready to get everything else preset. You can make this in T1 or T2. I would recommend the outer wall being like T2 or T3 because the inner wall being T1 or the inner foundation placement for this won't really matter as much. So if you really want to make a map room, you're going to have to get it this way, how it's done in this specific manner, because it is a big beast. I confirmed this earlier, but it is a 9x9, and because it is a 9x9 that you need for the actual stuff, you're going to need to get everything done for it. So the next thing you need to worry about is the actual obelisks themselves. That's one of the obelisks in Corrupted City, and then you have to run to the map room like I specified in my last video for the cartographer room. It was kind of obvious before, but not that many people know this, so this is like a complete section to what you need for the map room and how the cartographer is. Now, as soon as you get in here, you can't use the teleporters that is in the actual cartographer room.
Do not be afraid,
but you can use them for your own map room.
I am just a shadow.
I don't know why they can't really turn them on, but here's that location, as well as the location that's in Set City. There are Reddit posts for the obelisks. Currently, you can get to most of them besides the two that are in the swamp biome, with one that's not accountable for, as well as the other one which is in Old Asgard. Old Asgard is really simple and easy to get, and this Frost Temple, as well as you can actually get in the volcano, but that's going to be for another video. As well as for a few locations that you can see. Now, when you're continually building this up, you need at least to have 2 foundations high from the actual base foundation for the actual map room, and it's just a speed build for almost everything that you're going to need. Again, I would recommend the outer wall being T3 and then the inner section to be either T1 or T2. That's up to you depending on how you design it, but because it's such a big beast, honestly, that's what I would do. And the second thing is, always put fences on top of everything so that you don't get personally screwed. Because if you get that kind of setup, I mean, you're just completely done. So I'm going to build the rest of this and I'm going to let it play. Okay, so now we have the recipe for itself. You're going to need to have 200 corrupted stones on top of everything else for this portion, as well as 75 gold powder and 75 silver powder to get it started with 75 ichor. Both the corrupted stone and the other alchemy base require ichor, so altogether it is 275 actual ichor on top of the 200 demon blood that you're going to need. I mean, honestly, I would love to be able to see the corrupted stones being able to be used for base defense, but that's my own thing that I would love to see, because if you place corrupted stones like around your base and it's just far enough so that you don't get corruption, but it's close enough so that if an enemy's coming to you, you have a dancer but they don't, it's going to matter tremendously, especially if you get them down to like a quarter or half of their health, because that would actually be something that actually look forward to on top of everything else when you're doing these kind of build stuffs, build limitations, and everything else like that, because it would make a big difference. But it takes a while to get everything built. You start working on it over and over again. You get to every single point, and then you finally are able to make the map room. The map room is one of the craziest designs on top of everything else. And with that as well, you have the new raiding techniques that you're about to see. You can actually just completely straight up just deal with a stone sword literally going through a base. And it is one of the craziest things that the developers did. I personally don't like this decision. Reddit doesn't like the decision. That's why it was taken out in the first place back on the early days of Conan Exiles. And they should immediately remove this, because if I can take almost 2 to 3k per hit, all of just a full health of a sword, can you imagine exactly what you can do with just legendary weapons is in the game? You can literally almost break a T3 door with just one legendary, and they're so easy to farm right now. It's not even funny. Like, literally, like, there's no reason to raid at all, and you just use a Kingslayer or something like that. But again, that's why, like, it was taken out initially, so that people can actually build bases. And that's my story for today, guys, and have a good one.